I was talking with somebody the other day, and I had told them that I said, there's never been a time in my life when my country wasn't at war. I was born in 1961. We were involved in the early stages of Vietnam at that time. There was Laos, and there was the Cambodia, the Air America, all of that was going on. And of course, as I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, that was the Vietnam War years. And then, of course, into the 80s, we had all of the activities in Central and South America that the Reagan administration had gotten involved with, the Iran-Contra. We had that, and of course, all through this time, from the 60s through well up to the early 90s, there was the Cold War going on. And of course, after Reagan was out of office, we had the Bush and Gulf War I, leading up to the 90s, up to, September 11th, War on Terror, and we had the Iraq War, and of course the rest is history. And that is a sad thing, and I hope that for the future generations that there may be a time when our country will not be at war, and they can actually experience peace, because in my lifetime, and people start to die after 60, so we never experienced peace. We've always been involved in some kind of a war. Now, this is supposedly mainly to be a UFO channel dealing with the phenomena. And I've diverted to all of this Iran war talk and so on and so forth. But I've noticed something, that in the middle of all of this came out some major disclosure. And we put this up on our Twitter page and some good responses to it. And we've all heard of the famous WOW signal, a radio signal coming from deep in outer space. Well, this one makes that look completely... this is probably 10 times what the WOW signal would be. There has been, and it was like one of these things, well, let's disclosure, let's just put this story on the back page while all this war stuff's going on. So this is a major piece of disclosure, more part of the drip, drip, drip. The article is from Newsweek. Mystery repeating radio signal is traced to a strange V-shaped galaxy forming in a region of a massive spiral galaxy, which is very similar to our galaxy. And it is very interesting, and I'll read a little bit of it here. It says, a set of repeating radio signals coming from deep space have been traced back to a huge spiral galaxy around 500 million light years away. These fast radio bursts, FRBs, were also found to be coming from a very odd-shaped V-shaped star forming region in the galaxy, but what is producing them is unknown. Well, this is disclosure. It's a part of the disclosure, I should properly say. And there's a lot of interest in V-shape. A lot of the aerospace industries, including NASA, there was a segment, I don't know what channel it was on. It could have been Secure Team 10, I'm not sure, talking about how they all use that there was an alien culture at one time, and the a V shape was their not insignia, but it was more of their image for their civilization. And it's kind of interesting that many of the majority of space agencies use a V shape. And you can look them up, like India, you have China, NASA. They all use that V shape. And he was pointing that out in the clip, because I think it was Secure Team 10. If I do find it, I'll put it up in the link there. But I just thought that was kind of interesting when I heard about the V-shaped star forming. So now there's supposedly to be signals from that. That doesn't mean that that it means that there is a life form that is producing this. My own personal viewpoint on it is it probably is some disclosure of some sort. But again, I have not seen definite proof, so I'm not going to say it is. It's just my own opinion. You're welcome to yours. I'll have the article down here in the description, and let's take a look. We're way past our time here. So anyway, with that, we will see you in the next clip.